Alright, what's going on, you guys? It's Kevin the Full Metal Ginger. Got another collection update for you today. We're going to talk about some newer albums. A couple of these just came out like within the last month or so. And I've also got a couple EPs I wanted to show off. They're from 2016, so I'm way late to the fucking party on those. I think both of them I've had them for a good little while. It's just taking me forever to get around to showing them. We'll jump right into this, man. I got all kinds of fucking shit coming up, man. I got a whole collection of black metal CDs I got to show off. I've got my Black Friday box coming in, hopefully this week. So I don't know which one of those is going to come up next. Also got, I'd like to start working on the vinyl collection a little bit. Start getting some of the CD collection knocked out. So gonna be busy, man, until the end of the year. So yeah, we got to start burning these out, man. Listening to Disaster, Arts of Destruction. Fucking beautiful Black Death, Black Thrash, whatever, from Germany. Awesome band. I'm sure most of you know who that is by now, so surely you know. So this first one I got just came out probably mid-October, I want to say. This is a fucking killer album. Absolutely love this band, love this release. Definitely going to be high up on the end of the year list for me. This is Hades Archer with, Temple of the Impure. Just some grim, occultic, vulgar Chilean black metal, man. Two-piece band, and what's cool about them is they have a little bit more punch and tenacity than, you know, a lot of five-piece bands would have. Just a lot going on here. A big wall of fucking sound coming at you. It's fucking really great. And I love the band name too. It just really, for me, just kind of conjures up images of, I don't know, Black Forest and armor-clad demons or some shit, man. It's Hades Archer just sounds fucking really fucking cool. It's sort of like Bastille war metal, but kind of toned down a little bit. It's a little bit more in control. And what I do really love about this is they have a lot of slower songs going on. Just think of it like Black Witchery, a little bit more in control and not so out of fucking, you know, just chaotic all the time. And just add some slower mid-tempo songs, man. It's really, really good. Yeah, the slower songs are, to me, they really remind me of, I don't know, like the Bathory-inspired Darkthrone songs, like you'd hear on, say, Panzerfaust, probably. And actually, what was the name of that song? God damn it. Oh, the title track, Temple of the Impure, really, at least the opening riff, really sounds like Quintessence from Darkthrone. So you got that going on. And what I think makes this really, really stand out from all its peers is, you know, you still got the barbarity, the all-out attack, the chaos of that Bastille / war metal sound, but it's also the slower and mid-tempo songs really break it up a lot and keep it from getting so monotonous. Because after a while, man, it's really hard for me to listen to stuff like that. It just gets a bit mundane after a while. But yeah, this one really, really stands out for me, and I just think it's really, really good. Just take Hecate Undressed and contrast it with Unus Cantus Bestia. And you kind of get what I'm saying here. It's just really done really well. You got the chaos hitting you, the barbarity, and then they'll slow it up and kind of break up the tension and the extremity with a little bit more slower mid-tempo stuff. And it all sounds really, really good. It's done very, very well. So yeah, man, highly recommend this. If I had to pick from anything they have, this is a really good album. But for me, probably For the Diabolical Ages is, to me, their favorite album. So I would definitely need to go pick that one up as well. I still don't have that one. But yeah, man, really fucking cool shit. This one, at least the tape version, I thought was supposed to come with some kind of download card. At least that's as far as I'm aware. But there's nothing in here. Just a standard J card with your lyrics and art and all that. So, man, I don't know what that was about. Maybe I just have a different version, or I just completely misplaced it, or they just forgot to put it in there. I don't know. But at least from my information, that's what it tells me. There's supposed to be some kind of download, which doesn't matter anyway because I won't use it, because I just don't give a flying fuck about any fucking digital media at all. But yeah, fucking great album, dudes. If you haven't heard it, definitely go check this out. It's a fucking great album. Very killer, awesome shit, man. It's Hades Archer, Temple of the Impure. Fucking beautiful. And next, one of my more anticipated albums from this year, and everyone is fucking jumped all over this one by now, and I'm sure there's been 10,000 reviews of this album already, but it's whatever. I don't really give a shit, because I'm doing this for myself, so fuck off. This is the new one from Midnight, Sweet Death and Ecstasy. Third full length from those fucking black rockin' sex wagons. I don't know. If you know Midnight, you know exactly what you're going to get here. Just like some fucking Motorhead, Venom, rock and roll, fucking death worship. It's fucking brilliant. Now for this one, I was a little bit put off when I first put it on because Crushed by Demons being the first track, and it sounds very, very different from anything Midnight has done before, at least from what I've heard from them. And I was kind of like, okay, they're going in a different direction. It's finally time for them to start, for Athanar to start fucking moving on from what he's been doing. He's going to start doing some different shit. And it's actually a really, really long song, man. Midnight shit is usually within 3 to 4 minutes. So that was kind of off-putting. I was like, okay, it sounds really good, but it's not Midnight. But then after that, it starts that song goes off and it starts kicking into just everything you know about Midnight. Very, very typical. And actually, it's the same with Before My Time in Hell, which is the last track. So I think it really provides some really good bookends to kind of encapsulate and encase everything that Midnight is, also with the longer songs and more experimental songs that they've been doing. So it's really an interesting listen, and I fucking dig it. Totally. It's on a yellow shell. Really fucking nice there. But yeah, man, I just thought that worked really well with the album. In between those two songs, you still get the same old Midnight, the wild, catchy, debauchery-driven, old-school heavy metal. Personal favorites on here, man, you gotta go with Penetratal Ecstasy, Here Comes Sweet Death, Rabid, and Bitch Mongrel. Fucking love those songs. Rabid is so catchy, man. The riffs on that song are just goddamn brilliant. There's the inside the J card. And there's that. Not too much to it. And what's weird, I was kind of going back and doing a little bit of review on this just to make sure I tried to cover everything I possibly could. And at least on Metal Archives, it was talking about how the tape version is not supposed to come out till December 15th. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense because I already have it. And I've had this for a few weeks now, actually. So, yeah, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, man, it's typical Midnight. It's nothing that you haven't heard from them before, except for the first and last song. Really well done, as everything Midnight has ever done, so you can't go wrong with this. Just another classic to add to the Midnight library for sure. Great fucking album, man. If you haven't got it yet, you better go fucking get it, because this shit is gnarly as fuck, man, just like everything else they ever fucking done. So, there's Midnight, Sweet Death and Ecstasy. Get it. Okay, to the point where everyone's going to turn this fucking video off. Gotta talk about some older shit. Both of these came out at least, I think this one is late last year. The one I have to show after one came out a little bit earlier than that. So I'm very late to the party, and these are ones I've seen, 100 people show these in their fucking videos. But you know what? I don't give a fuck, man. I've been wanting to show them off for a while. It's just taking me a while to get to it because I've had so much other shit. But yeah, we'll go ahead and talk about it. I've had this one for a decent little while now. This is Death Worship, Extermination Mass. And if you're turning the video off, I understand, man. Who hasn't shown this already? Yeah, again, way late to the party on this. What I can't figure out is why they just call this band Conqueror. Really? You got James Reed and fucking Ryan Forrester in it. It's fucking Conqueror. Oh, because you got Black Winds from Blasphemy doing additional vocals on it, you can't call it Conqueror? I don't know, man. It's whatever. I guess you want to leave Conqueror in the past. That's fine. I understand that. But this is exactly the same. For the most part, it's virtually the same. It looks the same. The print is the same. What's really all that different about this? I don't know, but I'm digressing. I don't see what the big deal is. Just call it fucking Conqueror. But anyway, it's pretty much the same. Which is, I'm not knocking Conqueror because I fucking love Conqueror. I just don't get why they didn't call it that. But the one difference I do notice, and it is a subtle one, is the conscious effort to establish a hook in this. And it's still got the same, trademark knuckle dragging, fucking barbaric all-out attack going on. But it does try to get to a good rhythm section every now and again, which is nice, man. I do like that this is an EP, too, and it's short enough that it doesn't bore you. Because as I said before, I've really, really got to be in the mood for this type of shit anymore. There's such an influx of it, and it's all, there's not a lot of variety within this style of music. The Bastille, the war metal, whatever you want to fucking call it. So yeah, it keeps it short, which is a benefit, and there's also an attempt to add some groove to it. So that is the one, difference between it. So maybe that's why they went with Death Worship instead. I don't know, man. But again, it's not anything else. I mean, there's really not much else to say about it. Again, everyone has shown this already, and you've got fucking, I mean, it's Conqueror, it's Revenge, it's, a bit of Blasphemy in there. You know what this is, just for me basically going over it. I don't even know why I'm pulling this out, because, I mean, lyric sheets look the same, all that kind of thing. I'm not knocking this album, I'm really not. I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm actually digressing and fucking running my mouth and being an idiot, but whatever. But yeah, man, if you are a fan of Conqueror, you'll like this. If you like Revenge, you'll like this. If you like Black Witchery, you'll like this. If you like Blasphemy, you'll like this. Everything in between, man. It's a really good album. It's short and sweet, to the point. It does add some groove to it, which I really like, and it gets its point across very quickly and fucking leaves you hanging. So I mean, I really enjoyed it, man. I don't know if I'm expecting to see any more from this, or if it was just kind of like a one-off thing, but yeah, I know they both have their own projects and shit. I believe Ryan Forster is doing Blasphemy now. I'm not sure about that. But yeah, man, I don't really want to say much else about it, because you all know it, and it's been shown 1,000 times. So, but again, a really good EP. It's Death Worship, Extermination Mass. And finally, goddamn, it's going to be a short-ass video. We have an EP from a sort of a death metal supergroup, kind of, but not really. And this one came out probably, I don't know, March or so of last year. It's been around a while, and I've seen 100 people show this one as well. And I've had this one even longer than the Death Worship, so it's nice to kind of fucking show this one off finally. This is Necrosic, Future Decimation. As I said, a bit of a death metal supergroup. You've got Eric Cutler from Autopsy on guitar. You have Sean McGrath of Impaled and Ghoul. And you have Christian LaRosa from, he used to be in Gravehill, I think. And he's on guitar here too. So that's kind of, you got the top three there. I didn't know who these other two were. But, it's, I'm fucking rambling, whatever. It's almost got like a blasphemic cruelty type of sound. I really can't think of anything else that really sounds similar, at least for the fast style riffs. Shit, get that back in there. Yeah, I mean, it's got the fast blasting parts, the high percentage guitar riffs, and it'll kind of switch up to more straight up riffing patterns. The solos really glue everything together really well. Kind of complete the package, I'd say. And it's more of those what I call torture solos. It really sounds like the guitar is screaming. They've really got they did really well on the production on that, and on the getting the guitar to really fucking scream like that. It just sounds great. I don't know if it's all the wah in it or whatever. I don't fucking know. Goddamn, what was I going to say? With this, and here's the part where I'm going to knock on this a little bit. I really enjoy it, but it's just something about it. Fuck. I just think it holds it back. And I think with this type of music, I want to hear a bit of a sharper sound. Because with the guitars and the bass, it's just a little bit too much fuzz for my taste. And the drums, I just really don't think they were produced very well. They didn't mic them up really good. I would really like a sharper snare sound when it comes to this. I am not knocking the songwriting or anything. It's just production overall. And the reason being is it just really comes off at times like it's trying to sound like an Autopsy record. And I know that you got Eric Cutler in the band, and that's fine. Maybe that's just going to happen anyway, but goddamn, at least try to do something different. I mean, it's like they took Blasphemic Cruelty and, standard Autopsy riffs and put it together. Hey, we got a new band now. And it just really, I mean, it just please make the shit different. If you're going to do a different sounding band, just try to make it different. I mean, it really comes off like, Blasphemic Cruelty and Autopsy riffs. And, I don't know, if Cutler wasn't in the band, I probably wouldn't mind as much, but knowing he's there, it just makes me rather listen to Autopsy, really. Again, I just wish, if it was, it's the production, too. If the production was different, it wouldn't matter then anyway, but it just really, really sounds like an Autopsy record, so it's just, I mean, I don't know, it's just, whatever. But, criticism aside, it's a really well done EP. The performances are done really well. Everyone came to play on, obviously. I would certainly recommend it. I just wish it could be a bit more original. And again, you know, if the production was different and maybe Eric Cutler was in the band, I wouldn't probably think twice about it. So yeah, but it's got a lot of really good riff parts in it, a lot of really hyper fast stuff in it. Don't know if I'm going to expect any more from this band either. I don't know what the future holds for them. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. I mean, you got two guys with really, really, you know, big and, you know, functioning bands going on. So, you know, who knows before we'll see any more Necrosic. But yeah, man, I definitely dig it. Would recommend it. It's just, again, it just sounds a bit like an Autopsy record. So, which is not a bad thing. But, you know, if you're going to listen to Autopsy, why don't you just listen to Autopsy? All right, I want to shut the fuck up because I'm absolutely rambling my ass off. But yeah, there's Necrosic, Putrid Decimation. So we got through that rather quickly. Again, I've got a whole stack of black metal CDs I'd like to show off here soon. I've also got the my whole Black Friday package that's coming in, which there's a lot of shit in that. A couple vinyl and some tape, I believe. Yeah, I want to start really knocking out some of these CD collection videos again. Start on the vinyl collection, a whole bunch of other shit, man. We got an end of the year list coming up I got to get prepared for, so it's going to be a busy end of the year, man. So yeah, really appreciate you guys watching this. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram if you want. There's a link below. You can subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. Go check out all these bands. There'll be links for them as well. Thank you so much for fucking watching. Keep supporting extreme fucking metal.